Welcome to Pathways to Peace, creating peace inside and around us with emotional intelligence, or EQ. With your host, Matt Perelstein. In every episode, we explore the art, science, and magic of EQ for peace, power, and purpose in life. You can find this show at www.eqforpeace.org and on YouTube, LinkedIn, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and more. Now here's the host of Pathways to Peace, Matt Perelstein.
Hello. Welcome to my first podcast ever. And I don't watch podcasts very often, so this is a whole new experience for me. So we're going to be exploring how to create peace. We have problems with peace in our world and in our lives, and we need to be able to create some peace inside and around us. And so we're talking about pathways to peace using emotional intelligence. And I will explain what I'm talking about if you hadn't heard of it before. It's skyrocketing in popularity, emotional intelligence is, and it is because it's good news and bad news. It's good news because it's so badly needed in our world today. It's bad news because it's so badly needed in our world today because things are not going very well emotionally. A lot of people are having a lot of problems emotionally, as you probably have heard. So we're saying that if you learn about your emotions, your insides, your thoughts, and your feelings, then you can actually create peace inside of you and around you. And when enough people can create peace, learn how to create peace, maybe we can have big peace. Maybe we can have big peace in our world someday. Maybe. So I have a PowerPoint that I wanted to share with you. This is a little bizarre because if you're on Facebook or LinkedIn, you can see it. If you're not, you can't. So it's audio only. So I'll read it out so you're not missing anything. But it is pretty cool to see the slides. So here we go. This is about building peace inside and around us. My name is Matt Perelstein. I guess I should have announced that earlier. I've been teaching emotional intelligence. We have been teaching it for about 35 years now, way before it was called emotional intelligence. And when Daniel Goleman came out with his book on EQ, on emotional intelligence, why it can matter more than IQ, I remember going, oh, that's what you call it. That's what we've been teaching for years now. That's what you call it. That's great. What a great term. And I still love that term, emotional intelligence. We call it EQ. And I'll explain why. So here we go. So this could very possibly be the best news you will ever hear. Emotional intelligence is phenomenal. It's amazing. There's an art to it. There's a science to it. And together, they're kind of magical. It's really amazing, all of the things that can happen if you understand and accept and be aware of your thoughts and your feelings, your decisions, your actions, all that stuff that's going on inside of you. It's pretty incredible. So this could be the best news we've ever heard, ever. I found this graphic and I was like, well, maybe, but you get the idea. Maybe. Could be the best news you've heard. So what I'd like to do during this session, we've got about a half an hour together, introduce the problem, discuss the solution, encourage you to become more emotionally intelligent and to take emotions, make them a bigger part of your life. That's a big deal. And to share this information with others, because most people have no idea what we're talking about. They don't know that they don't know about emotions. They don't know. And so they're not asking and they're not looking. So we have to go, hey, that's what I'm doing here. That's one of the things I'm doing here, jumping up and down about how important this stuff is and how it works. What we're doing is we're adding our IQ, our left brain, our thinking, our logic, our reasoning, our cognition, all the cool stuff that we learn in school so that we can get a job. That's great. We're good at that. We're really good at that. And so let's keep doing that. And add to it our EQ, our emotional intelligence, our right brain, our passion, our creativity, our senses, all the things that are there's sequential thinking on our left side, and there's parallel processing on the right side, where we can think a lot of things and feel a lot of things at the same time. And we need to put those together. I'm not saying that IQ is better than EQ. I'm saying that we need them both, and we need to balance both sides. We're good on one side on our left brain, and we need to bring up our right brain a little bit to match. So some of the problems are that since we don't have much peace in our lives inside of us, there's a lot of stuff going on that's not peaceful, and it's due to a lack of inner peace and a lack of emotional intelligence. And it's actually, if you guys know what's going on in the world, it's bad and getting worse, actually. With COVID's, it got quite a bit worse. People are separated. People were in lockdown. People were disconnected. Our enemy, everyone is our enemy. Well, I remember when I first realized, I was like, that's right. With the disease, everyone is our enemy. How horrible is that emotionally? How oh gosh, us humans don't like to be separated. Us humans are social creatures, and we want to be together. COVID's made us disconnect. Also, the politics in the United States and beyond has also made us disconnect and become polar, and we're connected with some, and we're very disconnected from others, and that's causing now domestic violence has gone up, child abuse and spousal abuse has gone up, addictions have gone quite a bit up. People are staying home, and what are you going to do? You watch TV, drink some beer, eat some, do something to get. We don't know how to deal with our emotions, so we try to self-medicate. Addictions are way up, and here's the worst one: suicides. Man, I don't know if you know about it, but their suicide rate is dramatically increased in the United States, in Europe, in Africa, and in Asia, all over. It's bad. They're trying not to talk about it too much, I think, because it's not happy news. This is not good news, but we live in this little bitty town, a small town of about 5,000 in 7,000 or so in Northern California on the coast. And in our little bitty town, I personally know of 7 people so far in the last couple of years since COVID's that are gone now. And one of them was a very good friend of mine. And if you've lost anybody to suicide, it's a pretty incredible feeling. It's a pretty incredibly bad feeling to just to think that it was that bad for them. You can't, it's like, I didn't know, we didn't know it was that bad. And we're talking kids, they said it's one of the highest, one of the leading causes of death in 10 to 24-year-olds in the U.S. 10, imagine, oh, that just tears me up. I don't know anybody that young, but these kids were pretty young. Most of them were in their 20s and low 20s, and god dang. And the suicides and addictions are the ultimate in, I don't know what to do with my thoughts. I don't know what to do with my feelings. They're bad. They're awful. They're getting worse. I don't see any way out. I'm either going to medicate and self-medicate and do the best I can and try to get through the day, or you know what? I'm out of here. And man, it just tears me up. But it motivates me too to be doing, making an idiot of myself and come on and go, you know what? This is really important, you guys. We've got to learn how to deal with especially our negative emotions, our fear, our anger, our sadness, our guilt, our shame, our depression, all that stuff. We got to learn how to deal with that, and we can deal with it. That's a good news. We can deal with all this stuff. And by the way, it's free. All of it. All emotional intelligence is free. If you want to buy somebody's book or go to somebody's class and take their time so they'll teach you how to do it, Yeah, it may not be free. Okay, that part might not be free. But once you have the information, it's all free inside of you. It's all free. So you from then on, for the rest of your life, you get to use it. You want some more emotional intelligence? What I say is shut your mouth first. Shut your mouth, shut your eyes, and go inside and find out what's going on for you. It's all about you first. It's about inner peace is about you. Awareness is about you. Emotional intelligence is about you. Then you can take it to the rest of your life. But first, find out about you and what's going on inside of you. That's the key to this whole thing. It's a very, I call it the last great adventure on earth, the journey inside ourselves, because it is. If you haven't dug into your emotions, your thoughts, your deep well of tears and anger and sadness and all that stuff, there's whole parts of you that you've never met. You've never met, and so get to know you. You might just like you. It's pretty cool, and you'll learn how to deal with you and how to deal with anything. Well, I'm saying that if you can deal with your fear, your anger, and your sadness, just those three, the big three, I call them the big three negatives. We're not supposed to say that they're negative emotions because all emotions are good. They all are giving us information, which is true. Emotions are a good thing. They're not a bad thing. They're a good thing. It's our body's way of giving us so much information. If we will shut up and listen to them, if we'll listen to our own body, we can know so much about ourselves. But there's happy, fun, and positive emotions, and there's some that don't feel very good. And I call those negative emotions. Shockingly, I call them negative emotions. We're not supposed to use that term in the industry, but you know what? They're negative. Anyway, if you can just deal with those three: fear, your deepest fears, your biggest anger, all the stuff that you're pissed about, and all the way back from childhood and all the way through up to now and beyond, and you can deal with your sadness, what you've lost, what's hurt you, your hurt feelings, your rejection, your abandonment, your anything that the people that you've loved and lost in your life, that kind of stuff. If you can deal with that sadness and the anger and the fear, there just isn't much that life can throw at you that you can't handle. Think about that. If you can deal with the pain, you can do all kinds of things. You can be powerful. You can be open. You can be loving. You can talk to people first. You can be louder. You can be gentler. You can be softer. You can risk more. You can risk first, because if it doesn't go well, you can deal with it. You can deal with it. I didn't used to be like this. I was very shut down, very contained more when I was younger. I didn't want to be seen. I didn't want to be heard. I didn't want to stand out. And I was hiding. I was basically hiding because didn't know how to deal with my negative emotions. And so I was being very, very careful. And a lot of people, I think, are very, very careful. It's fear based. And I was very fear based. I still am, but I'm trying to work on that. But what I found is that I was like, one day I went, wait a minute. No, 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 no. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to close off. I don't want to be shut down. I need to be me. And in fact, what I also realized, I took this class about 35 years ago called Understanding Yourself and Others, which was about emotions, which I realized, wow, I thought I had all these disorders and problems and issues, and I do, I do have some, but what I really found was that I didn't know how to deal with my thoughts and my feelings, my inner world. I went all the way through college. I graduated university, Colorado State University. I did okay. And I went, what? That's it? I was very disappointed, I'm afraid, with my education, because I knew lots of left brain stuff so I could get a job, but I didn't know me. I didn't know me very much at all. And I was really I'm like, what about how do I communicate? How do I love? How do I accept? How do I have boundaries? How do I do this life thing? How do I do this life thing? I didn't learn squat about that. And I was very unhappy about that. And so when I took Understanding Yourself and Others afterward, I was like, oh, here we go. This is what I was looking for. This is the information that I think we all need. And so I started going, hey, you know what? I don't know. Oh, I realized I didn't know about this. I didn't know anything. I was, a friend of mine, Sydney, gave me a sign that's up in my office that says Clueless Court. That's me. I lived on Clueless Court. I just totally, and my wife will tell you now, yeah, well, you're still living there. But anyway, um, I realized that I didn't know that was the biggest problem. My biggest problem, I didn't know about my thoughts and feelings. And then I realized soon after, neither does anybody else. Neither does anybody else. They don't know how to do it. We don't learn this stuff in school yet, which is awful. We don't learn this stuff in school. We don't, our parents didn't teach us. You know why? They don't know. They didn't know either. And so how could they teach us? Our parents, some of our parents, most parents, I think, are loving and mean well and have good intentions for their kids. But in our classes that we started doing, the workshops, and when you start digging into your emotions, you find that some parents are not very nice to their kids. In fact, they're pretty awful to their kids and other kids and such. And based on their crap that happened to them as a child, usually. But anyway, people don't know. So we don't learn it in school. We don't talk about it at home. And we better not deal with our emotions at work, right? So schoolwork and home. Where are we supposed to learn this stuff? We don't talk about it. We don't have anybody to talk to about it. We don't even have the language to talk about it. And so we don't we stop them. We manage them as best we can. We self-medicate, we avoid, we deny, we lie to ourselves. We're no, that's not that big deal. Well, sometimes it is a big deal. And we have trauma, and trauma gives massive emotions, massive thoughts and pictures and sounds and smells and these huge emotions. What are you going to do with that? Does it make it so you're a disaster the rest of your life? It's kind of a shame, huh? Or can we deal with it? Can we deal with it? And I'm saying, spoiler alert, yes, we can. Yes, we can. Anyway, I'll get off this slide. I've been on here for a long time. So stuff's going bad. Mental health issues are a big deal. I'm going to talk in a minute about positive mental health. As you probably know, mental health kind of has a negative connotation to it, where you're issues and problems and disorders and all that stuff. And that's true. That's real. And we do need to deal with the negative emotions, but we don't have to stay there. We don't have to just go. Let me put it this way. In positive, you ever heard of positive psychology? Well, in positive psychology, Dr. Seligman from University of Pennsylvania, for the last hundreds of years, they've been doing counseling for the purpose of getting people from their problems, their negative, back to normal, quote unquote, which means from negative back to zero. And Dr. Seligman said, wait a minute, we can do better than that. Once we're learning about ourselves, let's keep going. Let's find out people who are successful and wonderful and loving and healthy and powerful and live a long time and make good money and that kind of thing. And they like their life. They actually like their life. They're excited to get up out of bed in the morning. How do they do that? How do they do that? And they started studying that. That's called positive psychology. Same thing with mental health. We can do better. We can learn how to deal with our trauma and our bad, yucky, negative stuff, which we got to, and we can to get back up to normal, and we can keep going. We can go to the positive feelings like peace and love and joy and happy and stuff like that. Positive. So we can learn, we can do better. We can do better if we learn about ourselves. And check this out, physical health. Now they are doing massive studies on physical health problems that are coming from emotional issues. They've made the connection, direct connections. This is starting with Kaiser Hospital in San Diego, California. They started doing what they call adverse childhood experiences, ACE. I don't have a slide on it. I probably should, but ACE, adverse childhood experiences. Look it up. And they made the connection that the people that had trauma and problems and issues in their life, like they had divorced parents, or somebody was in jail in their household, or an addict in their household, or they were abused or neglected or molested or raped, or violated some way, there's 10 yes or no questions, and the more yes or no questions more yeses you had, they made direct connection between the more likely you had, more yeses you had to adverse childhood experiences, the more likely you would have very severe physical ailments as an adult. Emotion become physical. It's true. Your body stresses, your body stops, your heart does different things, your blood does different things, and it messes you up. You're not supposed to be carrying around all this negative emotion. You're not supposed to, and your body doesn't like it. And eventually it breaks down. So we can learn how to do better. If you want to live longer, deal with your emotions. If you want to have more love in your life, deal with your emotions. You want to get rid of a lot of negative in your life rather than self-medicating, deal with your emotions, learn EQ, and you will find the peace that you're looking for. So crime and war. I don't even want to get started on the war thing because it's bad, and you know what's happening, and it's getting. We're real close in the United States to going to war with Russia, and it's so scary. And talk about the ultimate, and again, in not being able to deal with feelings. Well, I don't like you. I think I'll go take whatever you have and kill you. How does that sound? And in the United States, with all the mass killings and stuff and the suicide rate going up like it is, it's like, okay, so how do I deal with my anger? Well, I go shoot people. And then, and I shoot myself. Cool, huh? Great solutions. No, that's a lack of emotional intelligence. It's a lack of education, and it's awful. And that's why I'm here making a fool of myself. So we don't learn about our inner world at school, work, or home. We learn and talk about our left brain. We do little education in our right brain. Very little, too little. So here's a cool quote. Now, what are we going to do about it? What are we doing about that? All right, that's the problem. What are we going to do about that? Well, we are aiming toward world peace. This is the point of our nonprofit. The logo's up in the upper right-hand corner if you can see. And it's called EQ for Peace. And what we're doing is trying to go toward world peace, beginning with inner peace. Dalai Lama said, world peace begins with inner peace. Quote, through inner peace, genuine world peace can be achieved. Now, a lot of people don't think that world peace is even possible. Well, he says it is, and I happen to agree with us. A bunch of us agree with him that it is possible if we can learn how to be peaceful inside of us. Maybe we can have big peace. So he said, peace must first be created within ourselves, then gradually expanded to include our families, our communities, and ultimately the whole planet. Woo-hoo. This is the current Dalai Lama, the 14th Dalai Lama. This fantastic. Love this quote. EQforpeace.org. Exactly our point. So what's the problem? Education, emotional education. That's it's IQ plus EQ equals smiley face. That was a smiley face. I'm not sure what happened to it, but anyway, it's a smiley face. You want both sides of your brain working. You want both your head and your heart to work. You want your decisions to make sense and feel good and feel right. You got both things going at once, doing well. That's how you do it. Whole brain thinking, not just not just your thoughts like everybody told us. We're actually doing our thoughts and our feelings. They both matter. So we call it EQ. We call it emotional intelligence. In the United States, there's quite a bit going on in schools. I'm very happy to say there's tons of work still to do. We have a long ways to go. But in the United States, it's called, and beyond, it's called social emotional learning in education. Kids from preschool to PhD, all the way up. Kids get it. They can get it, and they need to get it, and we need to teach them. And it's wrong that we are not teaching every kid in every school how to deal with their emotions. That's what our nonprofit's about. We're trying to get it in every school, everywhere, and we're working a bunch in Asia and Africa. They're eating it up because they're like, yeah, definitely. And it's incredibly inexpensive to teach. Inexpensive, very, very inexpensive. You go, so what are you feeling? And shut up and listen to the answer. And kids go, well, let's see. And boom, you're teaching them emotional intelligence. You find out. I can't tell you. I mean, I can tell you how it works, but how it actually works, you got to ask. You got to bring it out of the kids. You don't put it in. You bring it out. And next week, in fact, I'm going to have my guest. I'm going to have a guest next week, Dr. Bill Overton, and he is, oh wow, he taught SEL, social emotional learning, in school for like 30 years, and then he became the principal of the school for like 5 years at the end. And he had to not only teach the kids, and he has some incredible testimonials of kids now that he had in third and fourth grade that are now teaching. He shared one with me. She's teaching at Harvard Medical School, teaching emotional intelligence for Harvard. And she wrote to him and said, "You changed my life," in fourth grade, because he said, "So, what are you feeling? How was recess? So, what was it like at lunch? Did you fit in? Did you hang out with your friends? What was it like?" Lunch and recess are kind of the most emotional parts of the entire day. He was explaining it to me. It's wild. And you don't teach emotional intelligence. You don't teach SEL so much as you educate, you develop, you let them explore inside. Anyway, we're going to talk more about that and how EQ and education can work. It's amazing. We're doing clubs and stuff all around the world, and it's going great. It's going great, and it's super inexpensive, just like all EQ. But we're moving toward peace. There's a lot of people teaching EQ and SEL, but very few actually say, you know what, this is going toward peace. This matters. Peace matters as a goal. So Aristotle said, educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. Well, I think that's a little bit severe, but you get the idea. We got to do both sides of the brain. We need to know what we're thinking and what we're feeling, head and heart, both sides. So, and the cool part is these are teachable skills, very highly teachable, quickly, powerfully, profoundly, and often permanently. Woo! So, emotional education is the process of acquiring the concepts, knowledge, so there's left brain to it, skills, that's left and right brain, and abilities, that's putting this to use to understand and manage our thoughts, feelings, and actions for the purpose of creating internal and external peace and harmony in our lives. How cool is that? Emotional education, beautiful stuff. I was talking about positive mental health here earlier. Here's my high-tech graphic on this subject. We need to learn how to go down, how to deal with our negatives so that we can create positives on purpose, consciously, mindfulness, consciousness, whatever you want to call it, personal growth. All that stuff is about doing better, doing better on purpose. And it's a beautiful thing. So we'll go to peace education. I'm going kind of fast here because I'm supposed to be done in a half an hour. I'm not gonna make it. So hang in there if you would with me. So there's a new curriculum called peace education. Started a lot of it with the Montessori schools. They do a wonderful job of actively teaching kids peace. How often do you hear that word used in schools or at home or anywhere? Peace education. We can learn how to do that. The process of acquiring the values, knowledge, attitudes, skills, and behaviors to live in harmony with oneself, others, and the natural environment. Cool. In and around. Let's learn about peace education. So I'm going to go through these real quick. I just wrote these this morning and I'm pretty happy with them. I've worked a number of times with them, but it kind of sums up. I'm trying to sum up this real simply for you guys and for me to be able to explain it. So 7 steps, ready? To peace. Peace is number 1. Peace is one of the keys to our happiness, satisfaction, and success in life. With peace, we can not only just survive, but we can thrive if we feel peaceful. If you don't feel peaceful, most of the time or a lot of the time, learn how. If you still can't, look out. Learn how. Learn some emotional intelligence. Second, inner peace is based on our thoughts and our feelings, right? Our thoughts and our feelings. If we're thinking a bunch of in our thing, that's going to make us feel all this stuff. That's not fun. That's not peaceful. It's not happy. And even those bad things are happening and a lot of stuff is happening that's not good. We get to choose. That's a wonderful thing. With EQ, we can learn to understand, manage, and enjoy our inner world, even our negative emotions. We can even just kind of like, wow, I'm the reason I'm sad is because I loved this person when I lost my friend to suicide. I was very, very, very sad because I loved him, So that sadness is my heart expressing itself, and me being emotional and being it's what I care about. Your sadness will tell you what you care about. It's pretty cool. And same with other stuff, but you understand what I'm saying. If we can understand ourselves and allow ourselves to feel, allow ourselves to accept ourselves, then we can find some peace inside of us, even though yucky stuff's happen outside of us. Most people don't know that inner peace starts with your thoughts and your feelings. So that's what we're going to study here. Number three, we're doing the 7 steps to peace. Number three, we are born with everything we need emotionally. We just need to know how to use it properly and powerfully. So we were born with everything we need. We have 2 little baby grandkids. They're so wonderful, and 2 granddaughters. We got to see them yesterday. One of them turned 1 on Saturday. Oh, she's just an amazing little person. Lily Mae is her name, and she's the most loving, happy little thing. And what I love watching them because she was born. Both of them. The other one is Melody, who I call Melodicious. She's oh my. Anyway, this is my unbiased grandpa opinion, of course. But um, if you watch them, they came out pretty much okay. They're pretty happy, pretty loving, pretty peaceful, pretty calm, all that stuff from day one. From day one. When something doesn't go well, they need to be changed, or they're hungry, or they're tired, or they're hurt, or that kind of thing. They express their emotions, their negative emotions, because that's what they're feeling at the moment. They express them, and when they get their needs met, they go back to being happy again and loving and peaceful and calm again. That's just their natural state, and it's so cool to watch it. It's so cool to watch it. So if we can deal with our negative stuff, then we can go back to our natural state, which is good. Our natural state is peacefulness. And so anyway, that's what we're working on. That's what we're working on. Be able to deal with your negative emotions so that you can be positive. We were born with everything we need. We just don't know how to use it. So emotional education is the key. Education is the key. Number 4, we are in control of our inner peace. Now, a lot of people don't know this. This is another one that a lot of people don't know, that we are in control no matter what's happening outside of us. We have the power to control what happens inside of us, right? It's not our parents. It's not the school system. It's not my spouse. It's not the COVIDs. It's not the environment. It's not the economy. It's not the government. They're all doing what they're doing. They don't make me feel anything. They don't make me angry. They don't hurt my feelings. I do that. That is super good news. That is super good news. I am in charge of my thoughts, my feelings, my actions, my values, my beliefs, my intentions, my attitudes, my moods, all that stuff. Mine, totally mine. I can be a control freak here and tell you I like having control of me. I like being in charge of what's going on inside of me. I don't care what's happening out there. Whatever it is, it can affect me, but it doesn't control me, which gives me power over my life, which gives me emotional intelligence. It can affect me, but it doesn't control me. I control me, and I like that very much, very much. So we have thoughts and feelings. We take those both into account. We then make a decision. We go, okay, well, yeah, I thought, yeah, wow, yeah, so what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I get to decide. That's the ultimate power. I get to decide what I'm going to do with it, which is an action. What am I going to do because of these thoughts and feelings? And no matter how it is, hint, hint, no matter how bad our thoughts and feelings are, we don't have to act in any particular way. We don't have to. We find people say, well, if I had this thought, and I've always seen if someone hits me, I hit them back. I always do it. That's the right way to do it. That's what you do. That's what you decided to do at that moment. You do not have to. You do not have to. You can decide. And that's the ultimate freedom, is being able to decide whether we're going to act or not act. Number 5, stepping to peace. IQ plus EQ, again, that should be a smiley face, equals smiley face. Study after study is showing that if we can add our emotional literacy, EQ, to our cognitive abilities, our IQ, we can function better, we can create closer, more satisfying relationships, we can be more successful, we can make more money, and there's a couple studies now on we even live longer. We can even live longer if we will deal with our emotions, our thoughts and our emotions, deal with your inner world, understand your inner world. EQ is a set of teachable skills, learnable language. There's a different language to it. It's pretty cool, but it's kind of fun. And sometimes we just make up words if they're not quite there. But it's learnable, and the abilities are very, very practical. Being able to communicate with people, being able to get them on your side, being able to understand and have compassion and empathy for people. Guess what? They like that. You want to make better friends and be closer to people? Shut up and listen to them. Pretend that your thoughts and feelings matter to you, and so do theirs. How about that? Really? Ask them, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? How you doing? Some of the main suicide preventions are about going, how are you doing? There's commercials on TV. I'm like, yeah, they're teaching you, shut up. Embrace the awkward. I saw one the other day. The awkward being the awkward silence where you go, so are you okay? Or what's going on? That kind of thing. And you just shut up and listen to them, and people will tell you stuff that's amazing. And once they say it and get it out, sometimes they feel so much better, and it can change people's and save people's lives just by you shutting up and listening to them and caring what people think and feel around you. Check it out. So it is definitely their EQ is teachable skills, and they can be significantly improved in a relatively short time at little or no cost. The clubs that we're talking about doing voluntary clubs in schools, it's hard to add curriculum, a whole class to a school. It's tough, but we're adding clubs, so it can be before, during, after school, and kids voluntarily come to learn about themselves, and they're not going for more class. It's not like, oh yeah, get out your pencil and write this down. We go, okay, we're going to talk about emotions today, and you know how we're going to do it? Let's play. Let's have fun. Let's connect with each other. Let's have a good time. So let's play anything. It doesn't matter. We can play cards. You can play Ring Around the Rosie. You can play. There's a lot of cool games that are emotion based. Anyway, or not. And then afterward, here's the key. Afterward, you go, so how'd it go? What'd you feel? What was it like? How did you handle your thoughts and feelings? Did you notice any negative feelings? How did you handle them? Did you fit in? Did you see other kids who didn't fit in? Can you do something about that? How do you see how it matters that you're connected and you're not alone and you're not shunned, right? How do we do this? And the whole class gets involved in there, like, oh yeah. And kids, Bill Overton, I was talking about before, he had people coming, he had teachers coming from Japan to observe his classes. You know what they were watching for? Check this out. He was saying the biggest thing they were fascinated with, recess. Watch the kids at recess. The kids played together nicely on purpose. And if someone got left out, they went and got them and said, come on, dude, let's go. And they played together. They loved each other and they had fun together. And it was super cool because they were aware and they accepted the emotions. Anyway, these skills you can teach them quickly. They're little or no cost, positively affecting the life experience of kids, teens, and adults. Like I said, all the way up preschool to PhD, little kids get this, no problem. You go, you know what? EQ is really, really simple, but sometimes it ain't easy. So people go, the kids, you go, what was I going to say? If you're really sad, if you've got a bunch of sadness in your body, let yourself cry just for a few minutes. Just let yourself cry, and your body will go, oh my God, you will feel so much better afterward if you will allow that. only takes a minute or two, only takes a couple seconds, actually. Sometimes you don't even have to actually cry. You just go, wow, man, I'm sad about that. And you really acknowledge it. I call it feel it to heal it. Feel it to heal it. And your body will thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Your body does not want to carry around a negative garbage. It's your judgments and your opinions and your stuff that is doing that. It's not your body doesn't want to and doesn't need to. So learn about that. Be nice to yourself. So left brain plus right brain equals whole brain thinking. So back to 7 steps. Number 6, EQ can teach us how to create peace, including inner peace inside of us, interpersonal peace between us. That's me and you, or couples, or mom and the kid, or between the parents, or whatever. It's me and you. I can get along. I meet somebody. Hi. I can open up. That's one of the main EQ skills, is being able to open our heart or close our heart as much as we want to. How much does that cost, by the way? Anyway, we can open our heart. We can come to people, especially if you can deal with your negative emotions. I can meet someone and I call it instant intimacy. I open up and I'm like, hi, I'm planning on being friends with you the rest of my life. Why not? Why not? I don't know. Why not? What the heck? I'm silly that way, but I have fun with it. And so we get to create, because I can deal with my negative emotions, I can be more out there and open. So I can create inner peace inside of me, interpersonal peace between us, and social peace among us. That's your teams, your groups, your families, your church, your community, a bunch of people. And we can do that. If a bunch of people know about emotional intelligence, even if a couple people know about it, you can make it happen. That's pretty cool. So 1, 2, 3 or more, and we can hopefully that will lead on. Unfortunately, emotional education is not taught in most schools. Emotions are not taught, discussed, or encouraged at home, and we better not deal with anything emotional at work, right? So let's learn about emotional intelligence. Step 7: if and when enough of us learn how to create peace in our lives, how it's educational, we should be able to create global peace for all of us. Maybe. Hard to prove, right? Maybe. But maybe. We're going to give it a try. Maybe. So let me just sum it up. 7 steps to peace. 1, peace is a key to happiness. 2, inner peace is based on EQ. 3, we are born with everything we need. 4, we are in control of our inner world. That's a big deal. 5, IQ plus EQ equals smiley face. It's a good thing. IQ plus EQ is how to do it. 6, EQ can teach interpersonal and social peace. Can teach it. We can teach it skills on how to do that. 7, when enough of us learn about how to create inner peace, we could maybe have big peace. Big peace. So there's inner peace. I already talked about that. Interpersonal peace, social peace, global peace. And let's do the takeaways. I know I'm over time, so I'm going to start with just these takeaways. All right. I got 5 of them. EQ for peace takeaways. They are: 1, decide, or 1 is decide, ready? Decide that both your thoughts and your emotions matter. Your feelings and your emotions matter a lot. All right. And you got to do that, because we poo-poo them, we put them down, we deny them, we lie about them, we do all these things to ourselves even. Oh, it's not okay to cry. Oh, no, it's not. That's not cool. Oh, don't express yourself. Keep it, keep it together, keep it close, that kind of thing. We do that to ourselves. But we could go, you know what? Actually, this emotion does matter. Actually, I'm feeling this pretty strongly, and it does matter. I do care about this a lot. And I do it in a good way, do it in an effective and a healthy way. But you can express yourself pretty well. There's ways to do it properly. Side note, Aristotle also said, it's being angry is easy. Being angry is easy. Being angry at the right time, with the right person, in the right way, with the right energy, with the right words, that kind of thing, not so easy. Not so easy. Same cost, but it takes a little education. How do I do this? I can express my anger in a way where I don't shoot myself, I don't shoot anybody, but I can let you know I am not happy about this. This is not okay with me. All right, so I can do that in effective and powerful ways that are also healthy. So you need to decide. You don't need to. I strongly suggest that you decide that both your thoughts and your feelings matter. We tend to deny them matter, but they actually matter much more than we ever imagined. Way more than I ever thought before. But the more I learn about them, the more important they become. Two, we take emotional responsibility and ownership for yourself and your life. Now, this, you guys, if you don't take anything from all of my blah, 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 if you don't take anything from this, take this one thing. If you can decide that your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, your values, your beliefs, all that stuff that I was talking about before, if you can take ownership of them and quit blaming them and making it that they did it to me and I'm a whiner, blamer, victim kind of thing. They did it to me. Oh, oh yeah, well, I had no choice and all that stuff. No, you do have choice. They're yours. They're yours. If you can take ownership of them and decide that no one makes you angry, no one hurts your feelings, you do that. Your thought, and more specifically, your thoughts make you feel certain ways. It goes thought, feeling, action in that order, usually, but not always, but usually. The thought happens. I have happy thoughts. I'm going to have happy feelings and probably do happy stuff. If I have a yucky thought, I'm probably going to feel yucky about it and I'm probably going to do something yucky about it. So it all based on our thoughts. And if you don't like your thoughts, you can change them. You can change them. You can't actually, all right, you got a thought, it happened, it's in the past, it already happened. You can't change that one, it already happened. But you can have a better thought. You can go, no, I'm not going with that thought. I don't like that thought. I don't like that thought. I'm going to have a better thought, and I'm going to consciously make a better thought, a happier thought, a cooler thought. I call it spin it to win it. Spin it to win it. You adjust it. If I think, oh my God, that was not fair. That was not, they did that to me, and I'm pissed about that, or da da da, and I'm having all this grumpy thoughts and stuff. And I'm like, wait a minute. I don't want to have those thoughts. What I'd rather think, what I'm choosing to think is that, well, maybe they're having a bad day. Maybe they don't understand. Maybe I can say this in a way that I can shift things around. There's all kinds of things I can do inside of me to shift my thinking so that I'm not irate and feeling real hurt and victimized and they did this to me kind of thing. I can adjust stuff and I can go, you know what? I don't like that yucky thought. I'm going to make a new thought, new feeling. Boom, boom. Who's in charge? I am. Woohoo! Right? I am. Own it. Own it. So if you don't take anything from this, take that. You own you. You own your inner world. It's not them. Number 3, deliberately take times to master your thinking and feeling. Learn about you. Learn about EQ on purpose. Google it. Go to eqforpeace.org. It's not a great site, but there's some great articles there. There's some fantastic articles if you can find them. And 6 seconds. This graphic on here is think, feel, act. Thoughts, feelings, actions, right? That's from 6 seconds, the number 6 seconds.org. They have tons of stuff. They have assessments and curriculum and tests and descriptions and classes and certifications and on and on and on. A lot of it's free, some of it's not. But go learn from 6seconds.org about your emotions and how they work. And talk to people and explore inside of you. Please, please, please deliberately take time to master your thinking and feeling. All right. 3 quick steps. Awareness. Yep. Acceptance. Yep. That's how long it takes too. Yep. I'm not denying it and putting it away. I'm like, yep, I'm having that feeling. Yep, I sure am. And then action. I can take action or no action. That's up to me. Number 4, share EQ, please, with someone else. Please share about emotional intelligence. What I do is I go, have you ever heard of emotional intelligence? And I do this all the time, and it's fun. Just people I don't even know. I ask them just to start a conversation, or we already started a conversation, and it makes it so much deeper. You go, have you ever heard of emotional intelligence? And they're like, wow, what's that? And they go, wow, the people, about half the people in my, unscientific survey, about half the people say, huh? No, I've never heard of it before. Well, what do you think it means? So, I don't know. Does it mean like being mature? I'm like, yeah, exactly that kind of thing. Or they go, I don't know. And I go, well, it's about being smart about your fear, anger, sadness, joy, peace, love, knowing about those things, being aware of them and dealing with them. And they're like, oh yeah, that'd be great. I'm like, yeah, I've had people change their life because I said, have you ever heard of emotional intelligence? And they're like, oh, that's a great idea. You mean that's a great idea. I never thought of that before. I'm not kidding. I've had people change their life just because I asked them the question and they started thinking about how wow, I didn't think of it before I took that class, and a lot of people never dream of it. Anyway, so share, please. Emotional intelligence. Most people have no idea what we're talking about. They need to know. If you love somebody, talk to them about their emotions and emotional intelligence. And anybody else, your little brother, your dad, your boss, your anybody, and everybody, if you would please. They don't know that emotional literacy is a problem and they're not looking for it, but we need to bring up the solution for them. Each one teach one, EQ, I call it. Each one teach one. And lastly, consciously build peace, positivity, and purpose into your life. Peace, positivity, and purpose, says Perelstein, perhaps, in your life, inside and around you. So you can build peace inside of you. You can build peace in your relationships. You can build peace at work and in your life. Explore, find out, accept, understand, create, model it, be a role model. You get upset with people that they're not doing stuff. Are you? Check it out. Be a role model and live it toward peace. So sum it up, emotions matter. Your inner world is yours. It's yours. Study EQ, study yourself, study you. We call it meta-analysis. That's you studying you. Metacognition is thinking about what you're thinking about. And meta-emotion is feeling about what you're feeling about. So check it out. And I think it's the most interesting subject on the planet. I also think it is the most practical subject. 24/7, 365 emotions are happening. Our thoughts and our feelings, we can't not think and we can't not feel. So we better get good at both of them. I want to get good at both of those. You can try to avoid them and stuff, but it can get ugly. So learn about you and other people, share you and other people with other people, and learn about them and watch them and have some empathy and compassion for people, because you would like it if they wanted to, if it was the other way around. So try it. And then consciously build peace into your life. All right. So I shall now shut up. Like I said, next time we are going to have, we're going to talk about EQ in education, which is a huge deal, and it's happening everywhere. It's a beautiful thing. We're eqforpeace.org. If you go to eqforpeace.org/connect, then you can join our mailing list, and we'll stay in touch with you, and we're learning new stuff, and and we'll let you know how things are going. So thank you for joining me. Thanks for listening to me run my mouth for a while. I appreciate it. Gratitude, appreciation, and thankfulness are another magical thing about EQ. And oh, by the way, how much do those cost again? How much does appreciation cost? And what does it do for you? We call it a conscious positive. We have plenty of unconscious negatives. Gratitude and appreciation are a conscious positive. We purposefully think happy thoughts. Happy. Thank you. It's a wonderful thing. So thank you. Hopefully we'll see you next time. All right. Take care. That's our pathway to peace through emotional.
You've been listening to Pathways to Peace, creating peace inside and around us with emotional intelligence, EQ, with your host, Matt Perelstein. Thank you for your positive reviews, comments, and sharing this show with others. You can catch prior episodes at www.eqforpeace.org and on YouTube, LinkedIn, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and more.